Hey guys, it's Savannah and welcome back to my channel. Today is July 27th, 2023, and like pretty much every day this week, it is scorching hot outside. So I've not been a big fan of that. I do not do well in extreme heat or cold. I prefer the weather that is nice, comfortable in between that warm and cold, warm enough that I could wear a hoodie, but if I really wanted to, I could take it off and still be comfortable. So I don't know about you, but I'm ready for this heat to be gone. Yeah, personally, I think it's because I was born in November that I prefer that kind of weather, but anyway, it's been a while since I've done a podcast, so I figured this is as good a day as any because I have finished some more things that I'm really excited to show you. Don't know if you can tell, but yeah. My sister is graduating with her bachelor's on Saturday, so this will be pretty much the only day that I can do this in the next few days, and I wanted to get this ready and done and just to share with y'all. I'm so proud of her, by the way. Like, seriously, she has worked so hard for this. It's not a science degree or technical degree or anything like that. I think it's studio production she ended up doing. She changed her major like 3 times, so I have a hard time keeping up with it. But it took her a lot of determination and discipline and just sharing with the family when she was struggling with it, but she got it done, and we are all extremely proud of her for finally getting this done. So we are having family coming up starting tomorrow and celebrating during the weekend with us. So I will be busy with that. But in other news, I have gotten back into fantasy fiction, which I've been stuck reading nonfiction for several years because it got kind of trained into me with college and everything, because I was doing a history degree. But that's not to say I don't love reading nonfiction, especially when it comes to history, because that's what I studied. But I needed, I guess, an escape book, you could say. So I finally picked up Throne of Glass by Sarah J. Maas, after being pushed into it by Allison's Discord server, because we are doing an informal read-through on there. If you don't know Allison, she is Lofty Loops Yarn here on YouTube and on Instagram, and I love her yarn. I got her 2022 Christmas Advent calendar, and I also ordered it for this year. And yeah, I finished the book. I love it. I don't know why it took me this long to read it, because it came out like a decade ago, but I just never read it. And now I'm like, how have I missed this for this long? I already have the second book, the Crown of Midnight, I think it is. So I will be starting that probably next week. But my boyfriend and I are also going to be starting, I believe it is Fourth Wing, in the beginning of August. So I'll have 2 fantasy books going on at the same time, and I am so excited that I am back in fantasy. Like, I grew up reading Narnia, Percy Jackson, Hunger Games, Divergent, The Inheritance Cycle. So this is kind of like the genre that I grew up reading. I also read the Raising Dragon series by Brian Davis, which is just incredible as well. So this is just, I keep talking about how to everybody how excited I am that I am reading fantasy again. So yeah. But enough about that. Let's get talking about crafts. Alright, first off, finished objects. I have finished my Hawthorne tee, and look at it, it is so beautiful. Like, guys, seriously, I am in love with this shirt. This is the Hawthorne tee by Hannah Cross, and it is such a quick pattern to do, which it's made with fingering weight yarn, and you wouldn't think it's that quick, but it really is. And she has written instructions on her blog, but she also has a YouTube tutorial, which helped me out a lot because there were a few times where I got a little bit confused on what I was supposed to be doing, and so that was really helpful for answering any of my questions. This yarn, I am seriously in love with the colors of this yarn, and the cream in it does not wash me out, which I am as pale as you can get. I don't tan, I turn into a lobster. So anything too white will wash me out even more. And so I was a little bit worried, but it doesn't, and I love the pastel blue and orange and yellow in this. But this is the Daffodil Springs colorway from Holly Dye Works. I got this yarn at the Great Smoky Mountains Fiber Fair back in April, and it was the weekend special, and I was looking for an excuse to get more yarn than just the yarn I had already got when I first got there from Paper Crane Yarns. And I was like, it's a weekend special, I have to. So I was like, I have this other pattern I want to do, and I think this will look great. So I got it, and it was a dream to work with. It has a bit of cashmere in the base, and it's so soft. So, you know how if you work with yarn for too long, when you're working on a project and it starts to kind of like burn your finger a little bit? So soft. No yarn burn whatsoever. No splitting. It was, the dyeing, the yarn choice, it just all came together for this beautiful top, and I love it so much. Yeah, I think I embarrassed myself enough on that little rant. I have finished some more of my willow earrings. These are curling a little bit from where my hair keeps pushing it. But I have these. I have these. And these. I really like this pattern that I came up with. It's getting published soon, I promise. I think that is all for that. Dig in my basket a little bit here. Yes, here we go. I have gotten some more fabric, and I found Star Wars, I forgot the word. I just totally, the fat quarters, that's what they are. There were Star Wars fat quarters at Walmart, and we are big Star Wars fans in my household. My dad had me watching Star Wars at the same time I was watching Disney at age 3. So, I made 2 of these today, and then the yarn in my bobbin was being difficult, and then I didn't want to fight with it anymore, so I just left it at that. But yeah, got some of these. And I have also been yelled at by TikTok, the quilting TikTok, to make a hexie quilt. So I started making hexies. A hexie. I say hexies. I've just made this one. But again, more Star Wars. This one is Rebels fabric. And this one is Empire. As you can guess, this is going on one of the dogs. It's the one who's almost 12. Because she's a little gremlin. But yeah, you will probably see me just randomly making a lot of these at some points and then not doing them at all, depending on my mood. I am a mood crafter, if you can't tell. I believe that is all for finished objects. So let's get talking about whips. Now, I started making an iris scarf light because I did a video tutorial, but I didn't do the whole scarf for the tutorial because it's fingering weight yarn, so it'll take a while, and it's a very simple pattern. But I have done a lot on this iris scarf lately, and honestly, look at this yarn, these colors, they're just so happy. So it makes me happy when I work on it. But the body of the scarf is just a simple griddle stitch repeat, so it's something to do when you need something mindless, when I'm winding down for the night and I'm just not quite ready to lay down yet. I will find myself working on it since it's just so repetitive and simple and mindless. So it's become my wind down pattern at the moment, and I gotta say, I'm not mad about it because they're such happy colors. So, not my usual color palette for scarves, but I really like it. So, it's taken me over a month between the last spike stitch granny square I did, which was the February color, and March's. But I have about half of the March spike stitch granny square done. This colorway is Living Off the Land, and as my mom said, oh, it's so pretty. She is a big fan of green, and while she usually likes the deeper greens, she thinks that this neon green is gorgeous, and I happen to agree. I mean, Living Off the Land is an attraction at Epcot in the Land Pavilion, and it is a nice, calm ride where they show you the entire process of how they grow produce and plants and just things that their scientists research on at Epcot. So when I think of it, I think something nice and vibrant and full of life, which Emily captured perfectly in this. And while this is not as variegated as the last two were, these spike stitch are still just beautiful. And I love it. I'm saying that a lot today, but I love it. I'm in a really good mood today. And I will be making either in a little bit or tomorrow a pair of sunburst earrings for my sister, these are the sunburst ones. Because she has said that I have not made her a pair, and she is right. And she's not sure what earrings she wants to wear for graduation ceremonies and everything. So I'm going to be making her a pair with this thread so that she has the choice to wear them for the weekend. I believe that is all I have. I have not had any new stash, which is surprising, but a good thing. But yeah, I think that's all for today. I will leave links to all the patterns that I've mentioned, as well as Holly Dye Works and Fangirl Fibers. And yeah, I will see y'all in the next episode. And until then, happy crocheting!